What's up, guys? Huntero here. It's been a while, but I'm back, and I'm back with a how to play like swag video. We're going to do a little demo watching of Brax playing on Dust, CT side, maybe a little T side as well. We'll just see how long the video goes. And we'll start off with this cool little play I wanted to show you guys. This is Anti-Eco against New Identity, and this is a cool play that you can do in matchmaking, face it, whatever. And it goes like this. So he backs up and throws the smoke forward like so. He's just going to run through the smoke and push lower. Pretty nice play because it looks like you've smoked the mid doors, and it masks the fact that you've pushed into lower tons, and he could have gotten some really nice kills there if they had decided to go B. This next clip, Brax has the op. Fantastic opper. Let's see what he does with it. They always throw that cross smoke basically every round. Just masks how many players are playing at B. And he's going to position himself right here, and he's going to be looking at the door to dodge any flashes. So if they throw any flashes out of B, he doesn't get blinded by them. Then he takes this really strong angle because he has another teammate holding tunnels for him. Then he hits that crazy shot. Teammate tunnels died. So he's just... So this is a point where you can see if you're playing in that door position, if you get caught in the middle of sight and you're flashed, you're just on an island and you don't really have anywhere to go, and you're in a really bad spot, and you're going to see he gets punished because of that situation. So anytime you're opping on a site, keep in mind of where you're playing, your positioning, and to make sure you have fallbacks if something goes wrong. This is a really important round, and there's a lot of lessons to be learned from this round. In this round, they're doing a half buy, just kind of half buying around the saved op. Brax is going to have a CZ, an armor, and a grenade. And so let's just go through and see what happens here, so you can see what I'm talking about as far as what lessons there are to be learned. So Broza on B site is going to see that there's... I'll pause it right here. He's going to get the information that there's someone in upper tunnels. Well, also, Brax's other teammates are saying they're flashing and running out of long doors. So odds are it's one, at max two players in B halls. But if they're doing this type of A strategy, there's probably a B lurker. There's usually on the T side, like the defaults, there's a B lurker, and it's just one guy. So Brax is pretty sure that he can kill this lurker if he goes lower tons. So something that a lot of new players need to learn, it's a very valuable lesson, it makes you a much better player very quickly, is when you get the information on where an enemy is, don't just keep that in the back of your mind and throw it away. Find out where the enemy is and figure out how you can isolate them and kill them. So Brax is just going to get in this position and put his crosshair right here. So his crosshair placement is actually perfect to where he doesn't have to move his mouse horizontally when the enemy shows up. The enemy's just going to be running across the screen, and he just has to click when his head appears. So he only has to do one body movement, which is click and mouse one. He doesn't have to worry about flicking, because if his crosshair was too far to the left, he'd have to move his crosshair to the right when the guy ran by, because he's probably going to run by, right? It's perfect. So now he's picked up a rifle, and he has armor, so his team's in a really good position to win. Takes a smart angle right there for anyone running out of the A doors, A halls. Good flash dodge. And then look at that angle. A very safe angle he's taking where he can get information and fall back, and they can set up to trap the enemy and win the round. Let's go in game real quick and go over some things we've seen. Now, this smoke is usually what I've seen in the past. It's what a lot of people do. You can cross like so. The problem with throwing it like that off of the box is that there's this big gap here. I've never really thought about the problems that creates before until I saw the way Brax throws the smoke, or his teammates. Non-running throw, bouncing it off the wall like so. You still get the same benefits of crossing and not being opt, but while the smoke is still up, you have a one-way to play with here. And if you're peeking over, you might catch someone off guard. So that's actually pretty nuts. I'll keep the off actually, because we're going to talk about... Brax loves these doors positions. And the cool thing about playing at doors is you can isolate yourself from sight, and then you'll be protected from mid, or the other way around. So, pretty strong spot. You can dodge flashes right here, peek around like so. And if you get flashed from B site, right here, you've fallen off. You get flashed right here, you've fallen off. Now, if they start to take over site, you need to back off. Very commonly, Brax will come around this box and then hug this wall, because he gets behind these boxes right here and uses them as protection. So think about that if you're playing at the doors, is that you want to get back around, oops, and then back around to here so that you've got these boxes as protection, and then back to here as well. So you've got a lot of angles right here that are very strong. This next round actually has a lot of good stuff to go over. They throw the smoke that we just talked about, and he's going to do a couple of jump peeks over the smoke like so, just to see if anyone's offing top mid. Pre-molly, and have a nade ready if they push through, and then he's going to just peek over the smoke once again, using the power of that more improved one-way. If he gets flashed, he runs toward the wall, has a nade ready, and he's going to be working with Infinite here to kind of take mid control, or to get information to see if they're mid. Throws that flash, Infinite peeks off of it, and then Brax is going to set up to throw this smoke. So a lot of really good utility usage and a lot of good coordination with the teammates. Sabroza and Brax are going to coordinate the nades right there for if they're stacked up behind that smoke. People just took a lot of damage. And he's going to take this anti-flash angle, and then so right here is something I want to talk about. On the CT side, when you're playing like truly competitive CS where you have, you're playing on a team versus another team, on CT side, there's a point in the round, and it's usually around this time where it's middle-ish, where you need to get information to find out where they're going so that you can be prepared for that. Because if you don't have any information, you can really just get rolled over on a site if you've used a lot of utility like Lazarus has at this point. So Brax is going to make the decision to just kind of peek out and see if he sees people around mid doors. He takes that angle first and waits, because if someone comes out of the doors right there, he's going to be in a really good spot. But then, unfortunately, gets offed by Relics right there. But he gets the information that they're middle, and that sets up his teammates to kind of win the round. So, all in all, he may have gotten opt first, but he got the information that allowed his teammates to get set up and win the round. Now, I've watched a lot of Brax demos, and I can tell you that he uses this nade set when he in this position when he's anchoring site almost every time. So that box that's on site plus jiggling around the window, and then this back corner back here, these are very, very strong angles that he utilizes a lot because they have a high success rate, and they're just good spots to play, so definitely mark that down. This round is really good if you're on a team and you're watching this video, or if you play with a friend a lot in matchmaking or face it. Watch this video with them and coordinate this type of stuff. In this play, Lazarus is going to fast cat 2 players mid, and they're going to do a lot of really good teamwork to get a lot of plays into the lower tunnels area and possibly get a pick, possibly take away map control, get extra information. There's a lot of reasons why this type of play is really good. I wouldn't recommend playing this way every round because long A is extremely weak in this spot, but peppering this in every now and then is pretty strong. The reason Brax is jiggling right there, because if someone wide peeks, he doesn't want to be standing still so that he won't get pre-aimed, just headshotted instantly by someone that just has peeker's advantage and teleports. Just what it looks like. I like the little jump across to see if someone's there, and this boost is awesome because it gives Zabroza the extra height to where he could have more of a player body to shoot when he's targeting in that area. And Brax is just going to kind of set up his team. He boosted someone there in CT. He's going to hold this flash for when Sabroza fires. Jumps around, peeks long. No one's watching long right now. Just every now and then, Brax is going to check long. And he's kind of the guy that's checking for it. So when you're doing something like that, that Brax was doing. He would peek long, and then he would have an internal clock in his head that's like, all right, they're probably not gonna walk up long slowly in over the course of like 10 seconds. So if he peeks it, sees no one there, he can go around the map and do other things. He's got a solid 10 seconds to play with before he needs to peek it again and see if they're there. Because usually in pre-made games, you're going to have players, or even in matchmaking really, you're going to have people flash over, they're going to throw these types of smoke, so you're going to get the information that they're going to be long. They're not just going to slow walk up and then start shooting at you when you're in CT. I like the spam right here through the smoke to do some damage, maybe get lucky and kill a player. But let's see what his methodology is here when they're doing retakes. Again, I watch a ton of Brax demos, and one of the things I love about this guy is he never wastes bullets. He very rarely, if he survives till the end of the round, he's gonna have most of his ammo clips used. And it's really smart. Like each round that you survive in, you're going to get full ammo when the next round starts again, so all that ammo you didn't use went to waste. So instead of all that ammo going to waste, start spamming spammable walls, start spamming through smokes, and your bullets have more value that way, and you're going to start doing more damage, and you're going to occasionally get kills like this. It's really hard to retake from CT like this. It's just tough. There's so many angles you can get killed from, and yeah, retaking A side is, when you don't have anyone long, it's hard. If you've watched some of my other videos, I've talked about early round protocols on CT side and what nades you use. This is why it's really important to have good nade usage. The timing there of that molly was perfect. That's a really good flash to learn as well. Brax is, I mean, if you go over that round again, he's in very, very good positioning. He's not going to get caught out. If he does, it's very rare. I love pushing the molly right there to get information, maybe catch a player off guard that's not expecting you to push a molly. He had full health. He only took 24 points of damage. I mean, I actually really love pushing the molly like that. And then, gets the player right there. So it's awesome. But what I was talking about is early round utility usage on CT side, knowing when to throw nades, mollies, and then following up your mollies with smokes at the beginning of the rounds. It's very, very strong. It's something that everyone should work on here. And very nice 1v1 here to watch. How I usually recommend playing 1v1s like this when you're on CT side is to not expose yourself too much, and usually try and just wait to see where the enemy's going to plant. Lurking around Cat like that was really smart because it's the middle of the map. He could catch the guy off. Brax is great crosshair placement, so he's usually going to have his crosshair where it needs to be when he expects an enemy to show up. So, yeah, he played that very well. But yeah, I would usually recommend, not running around, not exposing yourself to too many angles, because you have no idea, especially if you have no idea where the guy could be. You could just give away information and then get blasted. But if he plants, you at least know a general location of where he's going to be if you had no information before that. I'm just going to let this clip ride. Looks like they're doing a mid to B. So let's see what Brax does on a mid to B. This car angle's really strong for where they're going to come in at. He smokes the lower door, then he just has to worry about the window area. Car's a good angle for that, and yeah, very successful. Alright guys, well that's basically going to wrap up this video. We learned a lot about Brax's positioning, his utility usage, the angles he likes to take on CT side, likes to play on B and in that middle area as well. And yep, he has great coordination with his teammates, good communication, and nade usage is always on point. I'll be doing more videos like this, and if you guys have any suggestions, comments, questions, let me know in the comment section of the YouTube video, and thanks for watching.